Hi, my name's Bri. Welcome to my channel. I've had a few channels over the years on YouTube, starting off with hot sauces and eating all things spicy, moving on to radio-controlled cars and quadcopters, and now moving on to the subject of wild camping and general outdoor adventures. I really hope you enjoy the channel, so please do like and subscribe, and on with the action.
At long last we're off on camp. Just left my house here in Glossop. We're not going very far, we're going probably about an hour's walk away, if that. A place called Mill Hill. Not too far, well, it's between Glossop and Hayfield really. Mill Hill, once you're up there, you're near the one of the aircraft wrecks there, a very famous one. And you're up towards the Pennine Way as well, part of that. So once you're on top of Mill Hill, you're kind of in the vicinity of sort of like Kinder Plateau, etc., which is probably another, I don't know, perhaps 3/4 of an hour walk from there. But massively looking forward to this. This is my first solo camp, so yes, very exciting and also slightly nerve-wracking. I'm not used to how heavy these backpacks are. I didn't realise the weight of the things, but yeah, this is quite heavy. Probably a good, I don't know, 15 kilos, maybe slightly more, I'm not sure. So yes, even though it's not got a very long walk, it's going to probably wear me out, especially once we get onto the hills. So I'll film a few clips along the way and take in some more scenes once we're out of the town and we're into the countryside. I'm hoping these skies clear as well, because it'd be wonderful to get a really nice sunset. I'm hoping to get a spot where I can be hopefully shaded from the wind, if it is indeed windy, which is not meant to be, and to be able to see a view over the lights of Manchester and the Cheshire Plains. So very exciting days. Over there in the distance is Whitley Nab, where I walk every Sunday night. I'd like to do a camp up there if possible, but it's farmers' land, so probably not going to be possible. Could try and do a stealth camp in the woods maybe. Not sure. Anyway, on we go. So we're off the main road now. We are now on that whole farm track, and I'm pretty sure there's a footpath down the bottom over there which takes us up through those trees, and we're heading up to the hill in the distance there. I don't know if you can see on the camera, there's some rocks there that looks like the top. That isn't the top, it's probably about, I don't know, 2/3 of the way up. I think just outside that tree there, just at the very top, to the left of that tree, that's pretty much the summit, I think, of Mill Hill. But often with these hills, you walk them and you think, oh, it must be the top, and then it's a brow, and then there's another flat bit, and then it goes up again, so you can be fooled. Anyway, so far so good. This is the footpath through the woods that I do recall walking before a couple of times, but it's been a fair few years, so I wasn't entirely sure whether it was that whole farm turning or the one after. Anyway, this is definitely right, so all good. behind me there, if we're looking back down into Glossop, beginning to feel like we're in the middle of the countryside now. So yeah, it's nice to be able to hear the traffic noise getting quieter and quieter as we head up to the top. So probably it's going to be at least another half an hour, I would imagine, from here to the top. Climbing gets fairly steep in a while, so yes, I'm going to be sweating. Sweating.
Unfortunately, there's a few videos here that are missing because I'd inadvertently pressed the photo button on the camera. So what I thought were going to be videos, at least 4 clips I think, are in fact photos. So I'm sorry about that. So you've got some pictures here of some rocks I passed on the way up. They were probably about 2/3 of the way up. And then there's one photo here showing the triangulation station at the top, the summit of Mill Hill.
Okay, we've found the perfect spot just before the light's fading, so I'm pleased. Literally just about did it before it going dark. So boy, it's taken me a while to get the tent up. I've got a like a liner that goes underneath the tent, which is made by Van Gogh, the same brand as the tent, so it's the right one. But it's just added to a little bit of time getting things set up. This is only the second time I've set the tent up, so I've probably got a lot to learn. I think it's okay. It looks a bit saggy at the front here, so I think I might have to adjust it a little bit, but it's a lovely tent, loads of space in it. I'll show you inside later anyway. So I'm just going to get all set up now, get my sleeping apparatus set up and get ready, and I'll call back in with you later. Well, welcome to my humble abode for tonight. This is the Van Gogh Helvellyn tent, and I learnt from the last time I went camping about a few things by keeping warmer, and a few things I've bought now to make myself warmer. Last time I was just about warm enough, but just on the edge though, you know. So I kept sort of waking up with a little bit of a chill, most of it coming from the ground. So what I've now got is I've got it's got a footprint for the tent, which basically is another piece of the tent material, which is the shape of the tent and goes underneath. So you've got 2 layers, so it helps to protect the actual ground sheet of the tent. What else have I got? Let me just turn around, I'll show you what I've got. So I've got my Rab sleeping bag, and inside the Rab sleeping bag I have, I don't know if you can see that here, but I've got this this here is a fleece liner. I can't really see what I'm filming here, but yeah, so fleece liner for the sleeping bag, that will definitely help. And then the big one is underneath the mattress here, we've got a foil mat, which I'm hoping will make a big difference. Now I thought I'd got a flat spot here, but as it turns out we're on a little bit of an incline, and my head is kind of, well, I'm sort of sliding towards my head, so I think I might turn my sleeping around. I'd rather sort of be slightly head up than the legs up, and I think it's not good for you to sleep with your legs up, is it? Something to do with circulation or something. But anyway, we're in, and it's all looking good. I'll just turn you around again and show you the porch area. Right, so here's this little porch, and out here we should have some nice lights of Manchester. I can go trying to if it was one hand. There we go. Right, so there's the porch area. As you can see, the tent footprint sheet there gives me a lot more room. I don't know whether I'll leave my shoes out there. I'll probably bring those in just in case it rains. Then I've got a bag there with some food in it, and over here, trying to move around in my sleeping bag here like a large caterpillar. Down there I've got my water and my cooking apparatus. I've got some other lovely delights tonight as well. I've got this delightful thing to enjoy in a few minutes. Cocoa Wonderland by Thornbridge, which is a chocolate porter. Very nice, and I've also got some lovely whiskey for later on. Let's have a look at the view and see if I can unzip us here. Okay. Don't know how well this camera will cope with the low light, but we'll see. Oh, look at that, seriously. I hope you can see that. This is what I've come here for. This is absolutely perfect. I've literally not even peeked out of the tent since I've set it up, which was just while it was going dark, but now, oh my goodness. I can't see if it's even coming out on camera, but believe me, it's lovely. I can see all the lights of Cheshire Plain and Manchester and Glossop over there. A tiny bit of moisture in the air. I think it's not quite rain, but there's so much cloud around, it might be just a little bit of mist, tiny droplets of rain, but it's nothing too bad, and it's not forecast to rain, so hopefully it's all good. There you go, that's my lovely cosy tent for the night. Fantastic stuff. This is living, I'm telling you, it's living, lads, living. Well, no expense spared here, boys. This is what we're eating, and this is in fact, what's going on with this? Get down. Right, chili con carne with rice and quinoa. So yeah, and we don't hold back on luxury when we're staying in our tent. Happiness is a feeling that I'm enjoying right now. Happiness is something that you too could enjoy if you join me. Think about it. While camping, on your own, in the middle of the countryside, with beautiful views of the lights of the city far away. Just you and God. And the wildlife around, although I'm not hearing too much from there. Just the odd grouse clucking and saying, "Go back, go back, go back." To which I reply, no, I'll not go back. I'm here. I'm staying here until I've completed my quest. Anyway, I'm now going to meet this beautiful chili. See ya in the next scene, which will, for you, will be instantly. But for me, might be in another hour or so. Goodbye. Okay, so it's 8:20 now. I've had my dinner. I've had that lovely cocoa chocolate porter. Now it's time for a little bit of luxury, ladies and gentlemen. This hip flask contains some beautiful Scotch whisky, single malt of course, and it's Highland Park Dragon Legend, and it's I believe they call it cask strength, I'm not sure, but it's 46%, so very strong. I've tried it obviously before I've brought this with me, and the reason why I'm bringing it is because it's delicious, and yeah, it normally would take a little bit of water, I think, but I've got this one at full strength, and I won't be drinking the full flask. I want to be able to get a good sleep and wake up fresh tomorrow, so I'll just be having a few drams, just a few wee drams of it. That's all I'll be having. All right, don't worry about me, I won't be pissed. Just a few drams, okay? So
this has got a very sweet smell initially. It's sort of butterscotch and vanilla and caramel, that kind of flavour going on, that kind of scent going on as well. And then there's a hint of peat smoke as well. Let's taste this up as well. Let's give it a good old taste. I think it's better with water. I think you get the initial burn, the astringency of the alcohol, but you instantly get a nice sweet hit. Caramel, butterscotch, possibly a bit of vanilla, and that sweetness really lingers. But chasing up its tail is a beautiful peaty smokiness that's there as well. And it's an unusual one for me. I've tried quite a few Scotch whiskies, tried a few single malts, and I like my smoky ones, but I like my sweet ones. I like all whiskies really. I like to try them all, but this is very special to me because it is the perfect blend of sweet and smoky. I should be saying this in a Scottish accent really, shouldn't I? Sweet, smoky, robust, yet delicate at the same time. Beautiful. Trying to see if there's any other flavours I can pick up there. There's a note of spice, and just then I got a little bit of woodiness as well. Reminds me a tiny bit of the smell I was getting from the burnt heather on the hillside here, which is lovely. So this reminds me of the countryside. Beautiful blend though of sweet and smoky. Very unusual, and I'm a big fan of your very robust whiskies like Lafroig and Ardbeg, proper smoke masters, you know. And this isn't that, but there's a hint of that. So to have both smoky and sweet is unusual in a very good way. So I'm going to rate this. I'm going to rate it for you. I'm going to give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. I shall carry on enjoying it, although in moderation, of course. One must wake up fresh and refreshed in the morning. Anyway, in the morning, once I've packed up, I'll be walking back probably the way I've come, because I've got a job to do, pick up the kids, back to normal life. But I have to say that this camp so far has been unbelievably superb, and as long as I sleep well tonight, yes, I will be a very happy bunny. I probably won't film my face in the morning, because if you think it's bad now, wait till you see it in the morning. I am literally zombie man, and that lasts for about 2 to 3 hours of the day before I start looking vaguely human. So anyway, I will bid you good night, and I will probably do a bit more footage in the morning. So good night, sleep well, and don't have nightmares. It's 7:15. Sunrise was probably about 20 minutes ago, just before 7. So the world's waking up. Didn't sleep brilliantly, but didn't sleep too bad either. There's a few disturbances. One was when the wind got up, probably about 2 in the morning. And I was awake for a good hour after that. And then just various wake-ups just as I turned over, because when you turn over in a sleeping bag and in a tent,
it's not quite as easy as a bed. It seems to be a bit of a military operation, especially when you've got like a liner in there as well. So yeah, so that's Glossop down there. Already there seems to be less lights. I don't know if it's just because of the ambient light around, or whether people have started turning the lights off. It's not that light yet really, but it's nice to wake up to this, I tell you. Just going back over this way, you can now see two of the lights of Home Moss TV antenna over there. So yeah, very nice, very, very nice. I think what I'll do is I'll get a brew on now and see if I want another half an hour or so kip. I actually had my alarm set for 8 o'clock, but I was thinking if I can be gone from here by about 9, half 9, then give me enough time to get down and pop over and get the kids from the karate club. So yeah, excellent. See you in a minute. Right, we're all packed up. That's where I was. As always, we leave no trace. Hi Andy Beavers. That's just a nod to you, one of my inspirations. So, the time is now 20 to 9. And what I'm going to do is, I mean, I could go back the way I've come, which would still be a nice walk, but I'm going to go over to the top again, up to the trig point, and there is a path which I think is actually part of the Pennine Way that goes past an aircraft wreck. So I'm going to make my way over that way because there's another way down. It just brings us a bit further sort of down the valley, so it won't be that much further than the way I've come, but it'd be nice to do some sort of circular walk. So I'll just leave you that view before we leave. By the way, I got woken up by a grouse this morning right next to the tent. They're incredibly loud when they're right next to the tent. So I guess I'm heeding its warning now and I'm going back. See you in a bit. Well, I've actually gone further away from home. I thought I'd go to a bit higher up here. I thought I'd meet the Pennine Way path, but it must be a little bit further in that direction. Kinder basically is over there, and over there again. I don't know the name. I'll put the name of that hill. I have walked that before, but I guess I can't remember the name. In the very distance there, you might be able to see Home Moss TV antenna. Again, not sure if that comes out on video, but we are going to be now heading back down towards Glossop. From here, I'm actually higher up than Whitley Nab now. That's Whitley Nab there, and then right overhead you might be able to just about make out the skyscrapers of Manchester there. From where I was camped, I wasn't quite high enough to see that, but it would have probably been a lot windier if I'd have camped up here. So anyway, all very, very pleasing. I'll head back. Hopefully we'll go a slightly different way back, and I'll see you on the journey. Well, here's something worth knowing. By this, I guess it's a shooting cabin, which I've seen but never been all the way up to before. We've got a water source, so if ever I'm here again, I'll know where to head for. Good landmark. Looking over there, there's I don't know if you can see the hill that's just beyond this group of trees here. It's got a couple of trees on top. That's a small hill there. That's the back of Brown Hill, I believe, and it's a route that I often do during the week, just to, an hour's walk from the house round there. To the right we've got the estate down there, that's Shirebrook Estate, Glossop. To the right of that you can see, just about see like a group of sort of dark trees, and you might be able to see the quarry there, that's Shire Hill. And just nearer to us from Shire Hill is another group of trees there, that's Moorfield, and there's a group of buildings there that's a farm, and that is a farm where I'd sometimes do dry stone walling for them. In fact, they've got a couple of gaps I need to do, so I'll need to go and have a chat once the weather gets a little bit more stable. Anyway, so onwards we go. This path should lead down to sort of a gully there, like a valley between the farm and here, and it'll lead me basically to that road there at the bottom of Brown Hill, which I'll then follow all the way around and back down into Glossop. So it's been about 20 minutes or so. Just looking back up where we've just come from, you can hopefully see just about the shooting cabin there, and we are basically at the foot of Brown Hill, which is this one here. So another 20 minutes I'd say to get back home from here. That was indeed epic. It was the way forward, as a very good friend of mine likes to say. Hopefully we'll do a few more of these, and I think we'll just do some general videoing around the area of Glossop. Quite a few interesting things about this town in my opinion, so I shall be sharing those with you as well. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously I'd like to get some subscribers, so help me out if you would, that'd be brilliant. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like, and I will see you in the next one. All the best. Bye bye.